Hey there, it's Riggs here, bringing you all things real estate here in Central Ohio. We are back with another week of real estate stats. And as you guys remember from my previous videos, and I'll make sure to link those for you as well, we've been looking at 2 weeks of real estate market data, and we've compared 4 categories. New listings on the market, those transactions that are newly in contract. We've been looking at new closings on the market, as well as showing activity. So 4 categories, and all of that data is being pulled from the Columbus Multiple Listing Service, or the Columbus MLS. So let's jump in and see what our most latest week looks like in comparison to the week prior. All right, so the new week we're comparing is April 2nd through April 9th, and we are comparing that against the week prior, which would be March 25th through April the 1st. So let's start with our first category of new listings. For the week of March 25th, there were 692 new listings on the market. You guys may remember that there were 31% of those new listings for that week went into contract within the first 7 days. Now, looking at the week of April the 2nd, we had 720 new listings on the market, with 34% of those new listings going into contract in the first 7 days. Now, if you guys would think back to my previous videos, when we started with our initial week and the 2 weeks following that, we had a decline in this category from those respective weeks. We are now on a bit of an upswing here, where we have an increase in the number of listings on the market. There could be a lot of thought there, but the reality is sellers are feeling comfortable listing their homes for sale. So again, this number is increased from our previous 2 weeks. All right, let's now look at transactions in contract during these respective weeks. Let's go back to our original week. We're looking at the week of March 25th. The number of transactions in contract were 554 in that 7-day period. For our week of April the 2nd, we have 662 transactions in contract. Again, this number is up from our previous week, but if you recall from those 2 weeks prior, this number has been declining as well. So this is really great to see that this is also on the upswing, that more homes are hitting the market now, and we are seeing more of those go into contract as well. All right, the next category we always look at is showing activity. And this one's been interesting. I think between this category and new listings, we've seen the biggest drops. So let's check this one out. For the week of March 25th, we had 740 showing requests that happened. And remember, these are all showings on Coldwell Banker King Thompson listings, okay? Or Coldwell Banker listings, I should say. Now, when we look at the week of April the 2nd, we had 962 showing requests, again on Coldwell Banker listings only, but notice there is an increase in this number as well. Like I mentioned, this was another area that over the last couple of weeks has had a decline. It is nice to see this number going back up as well, which does make sense given the fact that new listings are up, and then those listings in contract are up. It does make some sense that the actual showing requests are up as well. Now, remember what I always say, we're not breaking this out by, are these virtual showings conducted by agents exclusively, or are these actual in-person showings that are conducted with the agent and the buyers? I don't have that detail, but regardless, the number has increased from 2 to 3 weeks prior. And the last category we're going to look at is closing activity. So if we're looking at March 25th, that week, we had 746 closings that were conducted in that 7-day period. Looking at April the 2nd, closings are down. There were 491 total closings during this time. Now, if I can recall, this number is down for this respective week, but this category is completely flipped of the other three categories. For the past 2 weeks, this category has been on the increase. The number of closings have been increasing over the last couple of weeks. And so I'm starting to think that we're leveling out some of that earlier week activity where those transactions are actually closing. It's going to be really telling to continue to look at next week, the following, etc., to see how all of this shakes out. So there you have it, some additional real estate activity and stats for you for this week to compare to some of my other previous videos. What I've been telling folks as a whole, I'll just give you some insight. You know, a lot of folks are thinking we're going to be shifting to a buyer's market. And I am not one to dispel or dispute what anyone is saying. I always say in real estate, what you think is going to happen or how you feel things are going to happen really can cause you to lose in the real estate space. Real estate is driven so much by the data and is looking at the comps and the market activity. And so that's why I'm bringing you that so that you can make your own inference about what you think. That's all I have for now. I appreciate you for watching. Do stay fabulous and productive and well, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.